Not at all. But man, earlier today, Sandman, like I said, we were doing our thing down at the studio, and YG was pretty much arrested following a raid at his San Fernando Valley home about 4 a.m. this morning. Everything went down. Now, there's a lot of speculation about exactly why he got picked up by the police, but charges of robbery is allegedly one of them. His bail was set at $250,000. But the twist to this, Sandman, YG's attorney, Joe Tacopina, left a statement to TMZ, and he said the arrest is one that caught YG completely off guard because there's no truth to them. YG has no ideas what investigators are talking about, and we have not been provided any details. We are learning about this case through media. Rest assured, my client will be cleared of all charges, even if they survive past, as he said, if even they survive past the arraignment process of the court. Now, he also goes on to say that YG has a performance scheduled at the Grammy Sunday where he was scheduled to honor Nipsey Hustle. So the timing is suspect, to put it mildly. Crazy, Sam, man. You know, they're saying that pretty much like, yo, we don't know why they even picking him up, but he got a $250,000 bail. Crazy to me. What you think?
Somebody collected some money. We've said this a couple months ago when YG was in the news for other things, that it seemed like he was being targeted out there. We were out there during BET weekend, BET Awards weekend, and right after we left a show, he was stopped in the middle of the street out there. I forgot, maybe on Sunset, right in the middle of the street. And it's a whole bunch of things going on. This random raid doesn't surprise me. How it correlates with Nipsey and Grammy, I don't know, because those shows, I mean, let's just keep it 100, are a little bit more whitewashed than usual. They might make a little bit more of a statement, but for the most part, the time is delayed. The Grammys are going to have control. CBS, I think they run a program. They'll have control over what they show. So it's nothing really going to be substantial shown for him to be a threat, for the raid to come down. Let's talk about a raid. That's violating. And for them to have nothing and for no repercussions to happen when they find nothing, if in fact they do find nothing, I believe, in my opinion, that they'll find nothing, but that's my opinion. I don't know what the evidence is saying, all alleged right now, but no repercussion on them. Like, well, what could happen to them for me? You violate my home. I don't know if I'm in there with my kids, what's going on, and you busting down doors. And
they're investigating something, obviously, and they feel like they have enough evidence to put a $250,000 bail on them and charge him, you know what I mean, with robbery. Now, there was something that went down. I forgot, it was an incident that we reported on with YG a few months back where we thought that this would be imminent. I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
There was a situation that went down out in LA, but his car or something was allegedly used in that whole situation. So I'm not sure if this is connected to that, but his lawyer pretty much is maintaining, like, you know, we just got to wait at the end of the day. His lawyer saying there ain't no charges. The cops say, look, we raided your crib. You know, we put a bail for $250,000. It's real. It ain't like this is something that's going to be swept under the rug. These are real charges that YG's looking at until the time comes where they say, oh, charges, you know, are dismissed. Now, the Game, you know, made a statement also saying, man, I want to ask you about this. He put, funny how YG gets arrested the weekend of the Grammys when he's supposed to hit the stage in Nipsey's honor. What do you think about that? Kind of echoing what YG's attorney Joe Tacopina said.
I don't agree with that angle, dog. Like, I don't agree with that angle. It makes no sense to me.
It don't make sense to me.
And I can't tell anybody what to do, but it just makes no sense to me at all. Why? You know good and goddamn well the Grammys is whitewashed as can be. Yes, the award and the show that they do, the dedication for Nipsey, is going to be dope. I don't deny it. I've seen great performances at the Grammys. But for it to be something so substantial that it's changing and viewing eyes and culture, and the whole world's gonna be, ain't nobody gonna be watching that shit anyway. Let's keep it real.
It's almost saying, and this is how I interpret it, like that the YG is so big of a bad person that the LAPD or whoever, San Bernardino, whatever county that's in, trumped up these charges against him, locked him up because they didn't want him to perform or do the Nipsey tribute. This is what he's essentially saying.
That makes no sense to me. And when I say nobody's watching that shit, I don't mean YG's performance. I mean the Grammys as a whole. No one that he's going to be impacting in that performance, that he's not impacting at every show he's doing, at every performance, or any time he's doing a meet and greet. The spread he just did with Lauren London, that was more powerful probably than this Grammy performance is about to be. that showed solidarity, that showed unity. That was dope to me, seeing that spread. This ain't gonna do nothing. If the game to throw that out there, I don't know. What do you think his motive was? Oh God, do you think this was another publicity stunt? What do you think gave him the reason to jump on here and throw this speculation out?
I could easily sit up here and say, the game is continuing to keep Nipsey's name, in his mouth for that word that the new people call cloud. I could easily, say that and going on the game, and as other people have and said, he's trying to ride the tail of Nipsey's legacy. I'm not going to go there, because one thing that I didn't read initially when I read how he talked about, it's funny how YG gets arrested the same weekend as the Grammys when he's supposed to hit the stage in Nipsey's honor. He put hashtag LAPD, the biggest gang here. And I agree with that, statement 100%. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think that is, even though, we probably definitely got law enforcement that watches us and whatnot, obviously, they watch the show and whatnot. It's just, the institution, man. I just don't agree with the way that they, especially the LAPD, their history and whatnot. I just don't agree with the way that they handle minorities in particular. The American public, but really minorities in particular. And I think that they will go to any length to do what they got to do to eliminate somebody who they consider a threat. You just said that YG was targeted possibly, and I'll definitely agree. Some of his anti, Trump sentiments, things that he has said, and the way that he walks and moves throughout the street. I ain't saying I got a problem with it, but dominant society kind of don't want that. They don't want people, the whole stay dangerous thing, and you're running with a group of people, and we just call it what it is. YG's an official dude that does official things. He's off the cuff, Tupac style, you know what I mean? Old dog style. It just is what it is. I think that America sees that as a threat. So no doubt in my mind, he's being targeted. We mentioned when we was at the BET Hip Hop Awards. As soon as he left there, the cops is following him. The cops now is getting these guys on jets. All these dudes is under FBI, surveillance. They got to understand that. Some of them is going to be heavier than others, period.
You see anything happening? What are the consequences for YG? Is this just a $250 hit to the LAPD, or is there something more coming out of this?
It depends on that case. It depends on what they got. They were saying before, they got his truck, and he can get out of stuff like that, but it depends on his lawyers. It depends on what evidence, is coming out. Now, his attorney, Joe Tacopina, saying they're not telling him anything, and that's going to change. All this is going to come out in discovery very, very soon. They just got to be patient, and within the next couple of months, we are going to know whether this is frivolous, this is fake, this is BS, or he might be getting hit with some type of charge and have to deal with it. We will know in a few months, definitely.
And we'll talk about it. And if he ain't, YG, if you do watch anybody that's out west that represents or rocks with YG, they watch the podcast. Y'all know we got a building. Fly your ass out here and come enjoy yourself, man. We'll treat you with the red carpet. You know what I mean? Come out here and enjoy yourself, bro.
How'd you feel? I ain't asked you about the game. How'd you feel about him saying that, with Nipsey? Do you think he's taking it too far with this whole Nipsey, keeping Nipsey's name in his mouth, or do you think that he just genuinely loves that brother?
I thought the comment made me just roll my eyes. It was just whack. It was like, come on, all right. Really? This is where you're going to go, Nipsey? How the hell did you equate this to the Grammy, knowing
right,
that the Grammy's in? So it kind of, when you ask yourself why, because I'm not going to call Game a dummy. Everything he does, he knows what he's doing. He's kind of highlighting attention, maybe on a prolific brand that he was.
Dang. He went all the way there with that one.
I'm just saying, y'all read between the lines. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it goes back and forth for people, with it. But I do genuinely think that he loved that brother. It hit us all real hard.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah. He brought him in the game, damn near. You know what I mean? And you won't have, I don't give a fuck what's going on or what's going on behind the scenes or what's real or what's not. You don't bring somebody in the game, watch them flourish the way they did, watch them be successful as they did, do what they were doing it for community, to pass away tragically the way he did, to not feel something.
Exactly.
He feels it.
Right.
I don't take that away from him. I just think sometimes it gets a little extra animated, like he's done throughout his career.
You want to get his money. He's a businessman, and if he can see an opportunity to profit, I think that game takes that 100 out of 100 times.
And I think he's comfortable with the criticism because he knows it's coming, and he's cool making his money and dealing with the criticism.
As long as that check comes in, I guess.
Yep.
It don't matter. But, as long as the family of Nipsey approves of him, and it appears like they do, I think that's a good thing.
Oh God, a lot of people, when I put up the post about the new building, very happy. I was telling you yesterday, they wanted Black Sam in the building. Now, We're going to reach out. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
The likelihood of that happening is, I don't know.
Mate, better probably hitting the lottery. You never know, though.
Very, and that's just because of obvious situations. He hasn't had a public appearance, I don't believe, since the passing. It's been almost a year now, which is crazy to believe, a couple months away from being a year.
Are you serious?
I mean, you figure, yeah, we in 2020, it was in, what, April 1. Yeah, so
damn,
it's coming. We'll speak about the significance of that, man, and what would be something, if we could get him on a podcast, that you would want to ask him.
I would definitely, and this is probably far-fetched we ever talk about this, especially not until the trial's over. I think he did one interview. I forget what publication, since he's maybe more, but that's been publicized.
Gotcha.
One of those major magazines he did an interview with. But I would definitely want to ask him, what did he mean when he said it just doesn't? I think he said something along the line like he don't know who to trust. Things just don't look right, feel right. Like, what did he see and witness, that last day? And even, what did Nip mean when he talked about the enemy? Like, who were his enemies? Like, I would want to know to shed more light on exactly what happened. He may never want to go there and talk about that again. I know that's a very, touchy subject for him, but that's what I would want to get into his brain. Obviously, other things about business and stuff like that, but I want to go back to that and start off there. Like, yo, what happened? Because it seemed like him out of all of them was kind of withholding some information, man. We would love. That'd be an honor to do that. Matter of fact, we'll go to LA for that, but if we had to, if we couldn't make it over here.
No, there's no doubt about it. if we got in contact and he was down to do the interview, we making it happen by any means.
Right.
By any means necessary. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that, man. I think it would be that one out of all of them kind of just like stuck out to me like, damn.
Right.
Wow.
Definitely. But yeah, man, people don't know we're going to be launching a sports podcast. So at the end of the show today, I kind of want to talk about, the Super Bowl's coming up. How you feeling, as we approach this time, and San Francisco next week is about to get it on with the Kansas City Chiefs. Who you feel like is going to win that game?
Guy, usually around this time you start watching a little bit of the pregame, the back and forth. You got the stuff going on with the Pro Bowl, and I ain't gonna lie, I ain't been able to see to watch Jack because we've been opening this build and get stuff popping. I really haven't been able to watch much, but after the championship games last Sunday, I'm giving the slightest of edges to Kansas City. That's just based off of the weaponry that they got at their disposal. Now, we've seen weaponry go into the Super Bowl, and we've seen defensive win championships. Mm-hmm. San Francisco has a hell of a defense. They are anchored by the Bosa boy on a corner, Ohio State grad, but we hear that Chase Young is going to be better than him. Number 2, going to the Washington Redskins. I'm calling it right now. Can't wait. But I see KC winning slightly. I'll give the slight edge to them. I think this is Andy Reid's time, but I am reserved to change my mind. Going closer to the week, we got another week of some change to the game. So
I'm gonna go with San Francisco here.
Okay,
and here's why I'm gonna say it. I've been kind of looking and I'm thinking, and you really think about this though, man. Like, they kind of should have been out of the playoffs already.
Who that?
The Chiefs.
Twice.
They did twice, and it's like, really, if you can find a way to punch him in the mouth, Mahomes, you can find a way to win that game. If you can stop Mahomes somehow, slow him down, get some pressure on him, not let him move around, you can win that football game. And I think San Francisco has not only the personnel, but the coaches to do that, and they have the explosive offense to maybe not match him, but they can keep up if need be. And I just don't think that Andy Reid is going to be able to coach this one up. I'm being honest with you. Like, the closer we get, because look, he should have lost. They should have lost. Who did they get down 24 to? Was that Houston? They got down by 24. Mm-hmm. They should have. If it wasn't for Mahomes, they would have lost that game. So it's just like, I just don't think they're gonna be able to do it again, man. I'm going with San Francisco.
We see some great coaches, great players shrink under the pressure of the light to the Super Bowl. Are you saying that's what's going to happen? Do you see?
Absolutely.
Damn. I don't know, man.
I don't think it's going. I'm not saying that. I just think that San Francisco. I like that coach over there, Shanahan. He's a monster. Uh-huh. He's a monster. I think he's going to be able to outcoach him, man, and get his players to outplay the Kansas City Chiefs, including Mahomes.
Let me ask you this. If that does happen and Kyle Shanahan beats Andy Reid, is that kind of like the end of an era when it comes to that coach? Because you see a lot of these younger coaches coming into the league in their mid-30s, coming off of a coordinator's job or whatever,
right? And
they changing the game. We've seen one in the Super Bowl at least once a year. Right. Damn sure a couple of them in the NFC Championship game, AFC Championship game, and beyond. We need to see a lot more black coaches because there's some black ones out there that are doing just as good as the other ones. No disrespect, but we're being disrespected, and I don't care about your disrespect. We need to see more.
Yeah.
But what do you think, man? Is that going to be the changing of the guard of some of the older era that we were accustomed to seeing, and we're going to see the reigns of some new people coming in?
Andy might. You asked me specifically about Andy more so.
Well, he's kind of like the last of the Mohicans. Him, Belichick. I mean, how many more we got in that era? I mean, you could put Mike Tomlin in there, but he's still young. He ain't going nowhere yet. He don't deserve to go anywhere.
I don't think so.
For a long time.
I wouldn't say that. I would say in particular with Andy though, if he did lose, I think they will probably give him 1, maybe 2 more years because of the relationship that he has with the Chiefs and whatnot. But again, man, they lost in overtime last year. I think it was to the Patriots. Like they should have won that game. He's been in it with the Eagles. They never won a Super Bowl.
That's what you're bitter about,
right? Nah, but they got people underneath him like that. All his understudies and Harbaugh, Peterson, and probably somebody else done won Super Bowls and done way better. So yeah, I don't think it's the end. You know, I think Belichick's got a lot of years left. Tomlin has a lot of years left. Andy Reid might have about 5 or 6 years left of the tank. You know, but it is, you know, going to show you, because even when you look at Shanahan, who he learned from is Daddy. Yeah. So it's just like, you know, I don't think it's going out. I think it's just going to get better, to be honest with you.
Is your hatred for Andy Reid?
I don't hate Andy. I love Andy.
Now that y'all won the bowl, man, because
I love Andy.
You just calling him a choker. You love him, but it's the
truth. How many times has he been to the championship game, we should say?
6.
How many Super Bowls has he won?
0.
He had great teams.
I've taken pride in saying that for a very long time.
Yeah, and Mahomes might have enough with Mahomes to do it. But think about it with McNabb or the other quarterback they had, they would have never ever came back from a 24-0 deficit.
Who has a better chance of repeating if they do win? Who has a better chance of coming back next year based off of the teams they got in the conferences?
Kansas City easily.
Yeah.
Well, Mahomes, I mean, the way that dude plays, but eventually he's going to meet one day a team's going to punch him in his mouth, and I think it's going to be the San Francisco. He's going to make his plays, he's going to get his yards, but in those clutch situations, I think San Francisco will win that game.
I'm looking forward to the game, man.
Definitely, it's going to be a hell of a game.
It's going to be a hell of a game. Fine, I like good Super Bowls, man. When it comes to the Super Bowl, I don't care who's in it. Obviously, you want your team to be in it, but for the last 20 years, the writing's been on the wall for my squad. But a little more optimistic coming into the new decade. It's going to be a great game. Give me a score.
Ooh, 38-35.
You're fucking bugging. I was about to say 38-34.
Oh, yeah?
KC.
Yeah, 38-35. It's going to be a high score. San Francisco's going to win that game, yo. They've been the underdog all season. People have been writing them off. People have been disrespecting them all season. They got some veterans on there. Garoppolo, I'm not 100% sold on him, but Shanahan, he's doing his thing over there, man. He's doing his. Didn't y'all have him at one point?
Yeah, we
had to let him go.
Because we the fucking Redskins. We had him. We had McVay with the Rams that went last year.
Oh my god.
We had homeboy Matt LaFleur. We had him.
Wow.
Had a good reign of coordinator.
Was he the head coach?
Who that?
Shanahan over there.
He was offensive coordinator. His dad was the coach.
He should have moved up. He should have definitely moved up.
He wanted to lead with his dad, but he had RG3 clicking this first year. That was all Kyle.
Yep.
And he did his thing over in Atlanta and got them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yep, definitely. But yeah, man, another episode 302 of the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast right now. We appreciate each and every person that stayed the whole duration of the show today. We got nonstop content coming at you 4 to 5 times a week, and we only want to turn up that output. All we need you guys to do, I should say, is continuing sharing, continuing liking, continuing to hit that 5-star rating, comment, and letting your friends know about the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. Let them know, man. Go to iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, AudioBox, whatever, and type in the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast and give your boys a listen, man. We appreciate you guys.
Indeed, we got some great things in store for y'all. We're going live on all the platforms. You guys keep in store. You guys keep involved. This thing will be up in the next couple of weeks. We're not playing any games. We logging a lot of hours. We're about to log some hours tomorrow, log some hours on Sunday to get this up and running, to service the people, to service the community. Most importantly, take this platform to another level. This is Sam Mint, Viral Hip Hop News. Oh God, Hip Hop News Uncensored. Together we are the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. Over and out.